this is a great challenging week. As we look at Kansas City, we see a team that is very, very well equipped. It's a really well-balanced team. They play really good defense. They play really good on offense. They take care of the football. It's hard to get big plays on them. Their special teams are loaded up and as good as we've seen. And he's got it together, knows what he's doing. His quarterback's right under his wing, doing things the way he wants. It's a really a good challenge, and of course, playing there and all that just adds to it. So it's a big challenge for us, and hopefully we'll be able to continue making progress. Try to keep getting better, and see if that'll be good enough to get us a really big time opportunity here going to Kansas City. So I'm looking forward to this.
What similarities, if any, do you see between their running game and your running game?
There are similarities. The style, there's a lot of zone running game, and the quarterback can run too, and so there are some similarities there. The style of the running backs is much different, really different ends of the spectrum.
Can you give us an idea of the severity of Mebane's injury? Is it
yeah, he tore his hamstring really drastically. I mean, whatever word you throw on there, it's like a big time injury for him. So he's going to miss the season, and he'll have to get fixed up.
Is there any concern beyond this year?
No, not at this point.
About how well he was playing. What exactly was he doing so well within the framework of
he just seemed to be more consistent, being a factor, making plays, penetrating. And it's not always the tackles that he makes, but it's the plays that he forces because he's got great penetration and the ball gets bounced around and other guys make tackles and all. He had a great offseason. He reported in probably the best shape he's ever been in for us, and it showed, and he was very, very consistent. A really unfortunate injury. He was not under duress in any way. He was just in pursuit of a play, and so there's no way you would ever anticipate or expect something to go wrong there. So it was just unlucky.
You said Monday you were pretty just kind of go with what you have right now to replace him. Is that still sort of the same thought on that? Or?
Yes.
Can you say more? I mean, does Jordan Hill step into that as a starter right now, or how does that go?
No. I think we're going to get on one of these roles right here. We're gonna mix Tony and Kevin at the tackle spots, and Jordan Hill will play as well. Kevin will start there, to start the week, but we expect a real active rotation, and we'll move those guys in and out. No more of the yes and no. Sorry.
What is the ceiling, do you think, snap-wise, or how much more can Kevin Williams play right now?
Oh, he's handled everything we've done fine. He hasn't needed any extra attention in practice. He has no ailments coming up, from the past, or any wear down factor right now. He's in, for this late in the season, he's in as good a shape as he's probably ever been in. So, and he's a really good, stout, tough football player. He'll give us great play in there, and they build a different style. The much different makeup and size-wise and all, but he has great experience and he'll adapt to this, I think, really well.
Him, assuming his workload increases, that he was more limited in the rotation
Well,
before.
I think so. Yeah, should. That's why I think he's probably, at this time, he would have played 500 snaps or so, on the normal piece he was on. So he's well into that now.
You brought back Rashawn Allen yesterday. The reason behind bringing in a tight end.
Well, the reason we did that is because Zach is going on IR. he's going to have to have some more attention done to the ankle that didn't really respond the way we had hoped. And so that's going to, take him off the roster for now. So that's why we went out and got the young guy back.
How disappointing is that for Zach?
Oh, I talked to him this morning about it. He's pretty matter of fact about it. He doesn't feel right. He's not ready. It's not like he's really close to getting back. It's just been a long process. He had a nasty ankle, and they were hoping to not have to do a really big surgery, that he would be able to respond from it and to give him a chance to play this year. And it just isn't that way. So they'll have to, do the final work there and get him set up for next year.
In terms of the injury, was it something that had bothered him to a limited extent before this season, or was it something that kind of...
I don't think that it was a big problem, but I think he was aware of, an ankle that was, kind of funky at times, but it never kept him out of stuff. So it obviously, caught up with him.
Wilson this week.
Luke went through walkthrough and looked very good. So we weren't sure that he'd be able to even do that today, and he's very encouraged that he'll be able to play. He'll have to show it by the end of the week here, and he'll go very light today. But he has been an extremely fast healer and some other things, and so this maybe he's doing it again. So we'll keep you posted on that one.
You anticipate Chloe after then being up to speed and available?
Yeah, Tony's got to step up now and jump right in there. We kept it out last week. We thought it was just too soon. It's still early. It's still really quick, to put a guy in there and expect him to do everything. But he is a veteran. He does understand it. He's picked things up very well. He's had a really good, 10 days with us so far. We'll see if he can, how far he can take it. But we're counting on him to play.
Was there a setback with Zach, or did it just never?
It never really responded, the way that they had hoped. That was really long. I kept telling you, we're not seeing anything to give you any hope throughout the process. He never really got past that. He did get the ground running, and got that far along in the rehab, in hopes that maybe it would work itself out, but it didn't.
You need a second surgery?
Yes.
Is there any long-term prognosis, like far into the off-season, that he's going to be out?
I don't know that.
Cooper health it. Will he be okay to play this week?
Yeah, he was in walkthrough also today. So, and Coop feels like he's going to make it back. He got banged on the knee. It wasn't a knee injury. He got a bruise on his knee, and so he's got a good chance.
Malcolm and Cam returning to practice.
Both those guys are out there. They'll both practice today.
What have you seen? Your tight ends, you guys have played without Zach for a little bit now. How do you feel that they've blocked in the run game? What have you seen from them?
Well, both guys had a lot of ground to make up to catch up with Zach. And both guys have improved with their play time. Luke has really done a very good job. And he's making really good progress. We've been able to run the ball with both those guys in there and find there was a little time in the first couple of weeks, where we struggled a little bit, but those guys started to add in. I think it helped us, as well as Gary Gilliam jumping in there. Gary has done a really good job of blocking for us, and so that's been a real positive in support of the needed tight end.
Would you consider using Gary more? I mean, I know that you brought him in as a tackle eligible, but even more with that time.
Would I consider that? Yeah. Yeah.
But you said the ball would probably do some running.
That's too easy. But the answer is still yeah. Yes. What?
Bobby didn't do anything this week. He said
he's running, and we're gonna find. And I think he's doing some change of direction stuff today to find out how far along he is. He's really excited about getting back. I don't know if he can make it this week or not, but it really sets him up. If he gets through the process this week, he should be in good shape for a chance to get back next week.
Is the tight end situation being so unsettled? How much is that influencing how you call games or run pass ratio and so on?
It's not influencing our run pass ratio. There's some stuff. Zach was a very, very experienced player that did all kinds of things. He played fullback. He could lead on plays. He could block on the edge. We could split him out and do things. He had such great background in our system and knowledge and really command of so many different things. We could do more things with one guy. We are mixing guys to get that done. But it's not really changing. It hasn't changed our emphasis of the running game. We're emphasizing as much as we can, and we're trying to run the ball as much as we can every time we go out.
There was a report that you guys had reached out to Randy Moss.
Yeah, thanks for asking that. Well, that never happened. That never happened. Nobody's asked that question, and that never happened.
Big picture question. Your coaching career.
I won't say that I didn't get a call from T.O., though.
Your career, from the time you went to USC and then have come here, your teams have tended to improve record-wise in the second half. Do you see any reason, any change in your coaching approach or philosophy that has led to that?
Well, I've watched that because we have had, going back, we had tremendous success late in seasons for all those years down in LA, and I tried to figure out why, because we were really proud of it. It was a big kind of staple in the program. We talked about it, anticipated it, and all of that. And we have seen, pretty good finishes here too. So, the only really concrete reason that I have is that we played so many young guys early that by the time we get to mid-season, those guys are regular players for us. And it's helped our depth situation. It's helped our roster as we get into the latter part of the season in two counts. One, that those guys are more ready to play as first-line players. And it's also, by the rotations, other guys have not had to play quite as much, and they're a bit stronger. That's we were so committed to playing young players that whether that, it's not a very concrete thought, but that's one thing I know that we've done with intent, and we've seen and felt that. Like I told you a couple weeks ago, we already felt like the receivers could play. We don't have any concern about they can go in at any time and jump in there, Britt did it, and so the guys have done that for us over the years, and so I don't know if that's it, but that's one concrete thing that we've tried to do to help us, and is that a legit deal? I don't know.
How have you thought your linebackers have looked the past couple of weeks? You've gone with the configuration with Brock.
Yeah, well, we've seen everybody. They're doing a great job of filling the voids and jumping up and stepping in. To look at the practice field today and to see Malcolm next to KJ, next to Bruce, next to Cam, that's feels like that's way different than it's been, So, and then, I don't know how long it's been, but it just seems like that's the difference. And we haven't even seen Bobby's return yet. So, the fact that we've been able to maintain, win some games, and play pretty good D, and we're playing really good against the run, those guys have jumped in very effectively, and they've done exactly like we would hope that they would fill the spot, and it wouldn't be an issue. And Brock played last week. Brock's a little hampered right now. He played banged up last week and made it through the game. It was a fantastic effort for him to get through the game under those circumstances. He kind of had to, and he did, and he came through for us in that way, as well as just the other things he's done in earlier games. So the guys have done a really good job to keep us going.
Statistically, Russell's run more this year than he has before. What are some of the reasons for that?
It's just been available, you know, and that's all. We're not trying to run him anymore. There's no intent there, you know, to get him more carries. We're just running the offense, and so most of his stuff happens because it's available and the read takes him there. It's not because, you know, we're designing running plays for him or he's running sweeps and stuff like that. It's really just reading out the scheme and he had big games, you know, off just the true nakeds, you know, a couple times here, and there was a lot of yards in those games, Washington last week. So, but there's no, as long as he continues to avoid getting hit, we're fine, and he has done a very, very good job of that again, and we really trust him in that regard.
You guys had Ron Parker here a couple different times. Are you surprised at all with how well he's playing in Tennessee?
Gosh, he's played over 500 plays this year. It's fantastic for Ronnie. He's a great kid. He always was in the competition of everything we've done here, and we knew he had great future, you know, and we always tried to keep him around. As we just had some, you know, really good guys battling with him. I've watched him closely, and he's playing really good football, you know, and was a big factor in the end of that game just last week, you know, where he was all over the football. So great for him.
In Russell's first year, the read option worked well.
Almost. Pardon me.
Yeah. Last year, defenses planned against it, and you guys reduced the number of calls. This year, Russell's free to run again. Is there something in the defensive schemes that are affecting all that?
Yes. Yeah. It's one of those answers. That's what I was saying. We're not trying to run him more. He's just taking what the defense gives him at times, and I think if I was playing on the other side, Marshawn carrying the football up there will draw a lot of attention, and he's run so well and been such a factor for us that you know, it's hard to stop him, and then that allows Russell some opportunities, you know, because you're closing on the inside running game and the stuff that 24 does. So hopefully that you know, that's what's going on. It fits off of one another, and I don't know if it'll continue. We'll just keep playing football and see what happens and see where it takes us.
Have you added someone yet to take Zach's spot on the roster?
Well, Rashawn Allen is back with us. And it depends how you look at it. And also, Alan Bradford has come back to us. I don't know if you have that name yet. To play on the other side, play defense.
What have you seen in them that they haven't allowed a rushing touchdown all season yet? What have you seen in them that they've been able
When they
to
get really close, they tackle like crazy. No. They're really a good football team, and I'm just playing. What the heck? I don't really know. They do everything well. This is a team that has closed in on a lot of areas to execute really well, and they're really good on third down. They're really good in short yard situations. They're really good in the passing game. They're the leading pass defense team in the NFL. Are right there. They're just really well equipped, and this is one of the areas. Usually, you know, they're really quick to load it up down there. I mean, they like to make it hard on you to run. They don't care if you're in goal line personnel or not. They're going to send their big guys in. So, you know, that tends to direct the offense a little bit differently. But, you know, that's a great accomplishment for this late in the season for sure.
Anything else? Thank you.